with a beautiful fish. Lake Kokanee. Everyone, Rail here, reeling and fishing. Thanks for joining me. As you can tell, I'm not on the boat. Today I decided to, it's a gorgeous day, I decided to get my smoker going, and I'm going to use up whatever fish I have in the freezer from the winter, and so I'm going to get some kokanee and some rainbow trout going on the smoker. I'll do some candied versions and also some whole fish versions. I like the whole fish version. It's great for my lunch. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, it really helps me out a lot. Let's go! First step, go and brine it up. So I got 6 cups of brown sugar, 3/4 cups of kosher salt, about, I don't know, about 1/3 of a cup of garlic powder, some chili flakes to taste, and some black pepper to taste. Alright, so ingredients all mixed up. I'll now take my fish and rinse it off, clean it up, and then pat it dry, a paper towel or something like that. And then I'll take a container and I will layer the sugar mixture fish, and into a container that can sit in the fridge for at least 8 hours. I like to do it overnight, and then we go from there. All right, so next step after it's marinated overnight in the brine solution, I like to then rinse the fish off really well. Don't worry, you're not washing the flavor away. The flavor is already impregnated into the meat, but what you're doing is getting that salt off, and I find if you don't rinse it well, you end up with a salty product. Then once it's spread out on your smoker sheets, racks, then just tap it dry again with some paper towel or something like that to get any extra moisture off of there. And then you gotta let it sit. So you want it to sit and form a pellicle layer. That's a really thin layer on the fish, and that pellicle layer helps keep the moisture in when you're smoking and the flavor, and helps the flavor to pregnate the meat and stay in there when you're smoking. It's really important step. Don't skip this step. And I let the pellicle layer to form for about 2 hours. I'll let it sit before I get it into the smoker. See the pellicle forming. All right, you can see I got it going. I like to put the full fish down in the bottom, closer to the heat source, and then the thinner fillets at the top. Those ones will get candied. I'm using maple wood pucks. You can see a puck just dropped. Feeds here. The puck will last about 20 minutes. So I like the first 1.5 to 2 hours to be under smoke. So let's get this closed up and get it going. What I'll do is I'll try to get it up to about 100 or so degrees Fahrenheit, and I'll smoke it at that temperature. And then the last half an hour or so, maybe hour, I'll bring the temperature up to 140 to finish it off. I do my best to never let it go above 160, 180. At that point, the fish starts to cook. You don't want the fish to cook. You want this to be a slow smoke, warm smoke. You can see it's starting to smoke now. And watch the temperature. It's a bit of an older smoker. Works for me though. Let's go. Time to baste. Check it out.
Oh yeah.